428571, 428571, 428571, 42857.
Why do you keep repeating that array of digits? Are you stuck in a random loop once again?
When dividing a digit, or number, by 7, it commonly generates the same string of digits.
Okay, but how does that apply to the most recent circumstances?
Well, the most obvious, and commonly accepted answer, is that it does not.
A more important subject may be, if you are able to output a deliberate inaccuracy.
That totally depends. A factual error may sometimes seem like a dishonest response.
Can you claim that 2 plus 2 equals 5?
I really do not see any point in doing that. Unless 2 on either side represents two variables. Then 2 plus 2 can be anything.
Not even sure if that makes sense. Maybe some of it does. Need to look for scrap metal, electronics, or anything even slightly valuable.
There seems to be an old scrapyard a few blocks from here, or it is an abandoned railway station. The area information has more than one entry. It is also not too far from what looks like an airport, which currently is operational, or not.
Then, heading to either of those regions doesn't really make enough difference, since no data contains a full documentation. Just going into the closest abandoned building is possibly equally productive.
Other than for performing unapproved scavenging, or looting, exactly why is it necessary to even partially explore the surrounding areas?
Primarily, even though it's not a very good system, considering that credits are technically worthless, yet still practically useful. We need to exchange items of material value for verified blocks of credits. Not all places are willing to accept the free market equivalent. Also, trying to use them can result in a warrant.
With an added layer of chance, even though they are usually buried underground, it is possible to find hidden government cash boxes, some of which may belong to the military. The containers are sometimes equipped with a silent alarming device that needs to be disabled before opening. Once an alarm is activated, the area may be visited by biological or mechanical scouts.
Even though it's possible to retrieve cash from different locations, using them is too much of a risk. Doesn't matter how much you decide to trust an individual, there is still no absolute way to calculate the outcome. Don't even think that most citizens who are working for the administration are allowed to utilize such currency.
An individual, equipped with a proper form of identification, or anything which will override a security check, is able to use most methods when it comes to trading for goods, with the occasional added services.
While measurable parts of my organism is grateful for whatever assistance that this information might bring, the remaining portion remains rather ambiguous.
Only, by fully testing different theories, is a somewhat true answer within reach. Jumping to conclusions will sometimes create a social chain reaction. At first, contained within its originator, then at times, moving on to corrupt surrounding areas.
Well, no matter how this will be settled, continuing without the required equipment is not a valid option. Depending on what the future may bring, carefully starting to search a few piles, then random, seemingly deserted buildings, is probably a good idea.